There are places on our planet that still feel truly wild, untouched by time. Papua, Indonesia's easternmost province, is one such place. It's a land of staggering mountains, dense jungles, and ancient cultures that have thrived for millennia. My journey began with a flight into the highlands, the world outside my window, transforming from sprawling cities to an endless sea of green. The air here is thick with the scent of damp earth and unknown blossoms. You can feel the isolation, a sense of being wonderfully remote. This is the Baliem Valley, home to dozens of tribes, each with their own language and traditions. I was about to immerse myself in a culture I knew little about, far from the comforts of home. My mission to experience life here as authentically as possible, to understand the daily struggles and joys of the Papuan people. This meant leaving the tourist trail behind, embracing the unknown, and trusting in the kindness of strangers. The adventure truly begins when the modern world fades away, paved roads turn to dirt tracks, and the sounds of traffic are replaced by the symphony of the jungle. Here, wealth is measured in community, knowledge of the land, and family bonds. I knew this journey would be tough, but it was a chance to disconnect from the noise and reconnect with something real and deeply human. In Papua, I hope to find not just a story, but a new perspective on what it means to be alive. To truly understand a place, you have to share its limitations. That's why I set myself a strict budget, $500 for my entire journey. Here, everything from transport to food is expensive due to the region's remoteness. No hotels, no tours, no fancy meals, just my own 2 feet and the occasional ride on a local's motorbike. Accommodation was whatever I could find, a corner in a family hut, a space in a longhouse, or a simple shelter I helped build. This constraint wasn't a burden, it was a key to a more genuine experience. Every decision became a careful calculation, mirroring the daily reality of the Papuan people. Living on this budget meant relying on human connection, learning to communicate, build trust, and offer help in exchange for hospitality. This financial limitation became my greatest asset, pushing me to forge bonds and create memories that money simply can't buy. My first real immersion was with the Dani people, one of the most well-known groups in the Baliem Valley. Their villages are clusters of thatched roof huts called honai, surrounded by wooden fences and filled with the smell of wood smoke. The men wear traditional kateka, the women's skirts of woven orchid fibers, a living testament to a culture that has resisted outside influence. Communication was a mix of gestures, broken Indonesian, and the help of a young man who knew some English. Life here is governed by unwritten rules. Men, women, and pigs each have their own huts, and respecting this separation is crucial. Pigs are the most valuable possession. Never ask a man how many he owns. It's as rude as asking about someone's bank account. Their slaughter is reserved for major events, cooked in an earth oven called bakar batu. Even eye contact has its own etiquette. Among elders, a soft gaze shows respect. These lessons in cultural etiquette were vital to being accepted as a guest, not an intruder. Understanding and respecting these customs opened the door to their ancient world. With my budget, finding a place to sleep was a nightly adventure. No hotels, just the hospitality of villagers. On my second night, I was offered a space in the men's honai, a windowless hut warmed by a smoky fire. Lying there, listening to the Dani language, I felt a profound sense of belonging. The honai is the heart of the village, where stories are told, decisions made, and boys learn from elders. In return for hospitality, I helped chop firewood, carried water, and shared photos of my family. One afternoon, I joined a family repairing their thatched roof, learning to bundle grasses and weave them into place. Through shared labor, a bond formed that transcended language. That night, I shared their meal of steamed sweet potatoes, a simple but meaningful feast. Shelter in Papua is about more than a roof. It's about being part of a community. The comfort wasn't in a soft bed, but in the warmth of human connection. Every night, I was reminded that the most basic human need is not just shelter, but acceptance. Food on a $500 budget in Papua is a lesson in simplicity and resourcefulness. My diet quickly narrowed to the staples: sweet potatoes and rice. In local markets, you can buy small bags of rice, instant noodles, and a few vegetables. But in the villages, you eat what the land provides. Sweet potatoes are the cornerstone, grown in beautiful gardens and eaten at almost every meal. Sometimes I traded coffee or sugar for food, a fair exchange that always ended with smiles. I learned to appreciate the subtle differences in sweet potatoes from different gardens, a skill that amused my hosts. One memorable day, I joined women foraging in the forest, learning to identify edible plants and mushrooms. We returned with woven bags full, and the greens added fresh flavor to our meal. There were days of hunger, but food was always shared. If one person has food, everyone eats. This communal approach ensures no one goes hungry and taught me the true value of generosity. The act of sharing food is a daily ritual that binds the community together. Living among the tribes, I witnessed traditions that feel like they belong to another world. The smoked mummies, ancestors preserved through smoking, are kept in special huts and brought out on rare occasions, a tangible link to history. Another tradition, now banned, was ikipalik, women amputating a finger joint in mourning, a stark reminder of deep emotional bonds. Ceremonies are central to life, and the Bakar Batu pig festival is the most important. A pit is filled with hot stones, layers of sweet potatoes, vegetables, and pig, then covered to steam for hours. When opened, the village gathers to share the feast, food distributed by social hierarchy. It's more than a meal. It's a ritual that reaffirms social bonds and celebrates community. To be part of it was an honor I'll never forget. These traditions are not performances. They are the living heart of Papuan culture. They bind the people to their land and to each other. The raw beauty of Papua is overwhelming. The Baliem Valley, painted in vivid greens, is framed by cloud-wreathed mountains. The Baliem River snakes through the valley, its currents carrying the stories of the land. Trekking along narrow paths, I crossed dense forests, rickety bridges, and terraced fields of sweet potatoes. The scale of the landscape makes you feel small, but in a good way. It puts your worries in perspective. Mornings are shrouded in mist, giving the valley a mystical quality. As the sun rises, the panorama is breathtaking. Evenings bring golden light and brilliant stars, a beauty that seeps into your soul. The land is not just a backdrop, it's an active participant in daily life, providing food, medicine, and spiritual connection. The people know its secrets and dangers, living in harmony with their environment. To walk through this valley is to walk through a living cathedral of nature. It's a place that changes you, filling you with awe and humility. And my time in Papua taught me the true nature of wealth. Here, wealth is measured in community, family, and resilience, not possessions or bank accounts. Life is hard, but I found laughter, strength, and an incredible capacity to adapt. Communication became universal. A smile, a helping hand, sharing a meal. Kindness is a language everyone understands, spoken fluently in every village. I arrived as an outsider, but soon realized how much I had to learn. The Papuan people became my teachers, sharing their knowledge with patience and generosity. They showed me there are many ways to live a meaningful life, and that our modern way is just one of many. My journey to Papua is ending, but the lessons and memories will stay with me forever. This land of beauty and ancient cultures opened its heart to me, sharing what little it had. The world of the Papuan tribes is fragile, facing pressures from modernization and deforestation. Their wisdom and connection to the land are lessons our modern world needs. Travel can break down barriers and foster understanding. My $500 journey forced me to connect on a deeper level. If this story moved you, learn more, support organizations protecting these cultures, and follow along for more adventures. Thank you for joining me on this unforgettable journey into the heart of Papua.